In the mountains outside Sucre, Bolivia, there's a crater that you can hike to, past ancient Inca trails, fossilized dinosaur tracks, and a town that seems frozen in time. Here's how they got there without a tour.
Tonight, we're staying in the middle of a crater in a small town called Maragua.
We decided not to do it with the tour because it was way cheaper and we wanted to have flexibility and do it for 2 days. So we're gonna take you guys with us. We had a really hard time figuring out the route, so we decided to make a video to make it easier for you guys if you want to do it without a tour as well.
We started our day by taking a taxi to catch a trufi to Chataquila, a town an hour and a half away from Sucre. We arrived at the bus company Asociación Trans 20 de Agosto, which is next to Plaza San Juanillo, and we let the driver know we wanted to get off at the trailhead towards Maragua, and he let us off there, where the journey begins on the Inca Trail.
We just got dropped off by the trufi. It took about an hour and a half to get here, and they dropped us off right next to the church. But as you can see, the trailhead is right there, and it's the Inca Trail. So even though we didn't get to do it towards Machu Picchu, we are doing some of it in Bolivia.
Let's go.
We started our trek in Chataquila at 3,600 meters, hiking 4 kilometers downhill along the Inca Trail to the town of Chaunaca.
There's a landslide. Took out the whole trail, but there still is a small trail, luckily.
Don't look down.
Or up. Once you get to the road, you have to pay 20 Bolivianos. It's kind of like a pass to get into the city, almost like a toll, so you can support the cities out here. To Maragua. 14 kilometers. Once you cross the bridge, you'll go left. As you can see, there's all those people down there. What a beautiful valley. So a lunch break on the side of the road. I think we're pretty close, about 4.7 miles in, and this road should lead us to the town that we're gonna stay at tonight.
The first part was beautiful, Inca Trail. Now we're walking the road for a bit.
Pretty much downhill the whole way, but right now we're going up. We got a lot of good little snacks in here.
Maybe some of my favorite.
Apples, a little bit of gummy sour things, some cheap lace, plantains fried, some chocolate cookies. Always gotta have the chocolate on the trip. Oh yeah, chocolate rice, weird.
I know, I wanted to try it.
And
Macaroons.
ooh, chocolate macaroons. I guess Sucre, Bolivia is famous for chocolate. I never knew that until we got here, but they're supposed to have really good chocolate.
Maybe we
Got some dried
got
fruit.
bread.
Some bread,
cheese.
always. Ooh.
And
Last but not least, honestly, if you guys come to South America, do not sleep on the green clementines. They're giant, they're sweet, and it's just the most beautiful thing I've ever tasted in my life. We are 6 miles in. Started from up there. The last video was at that bridge. And now we're halfway up the mountain range again. These views are insane. How you feeling, hon?
I'm feeling actually good.
Good.
I mean, a little out of breath, but in the best way.
We're at like 9,000 feet elevation, so
We are?
yeah. 3 more miles to go, hopefully. Quick pit stop by this giant eucalyptus tree. They're everywhere out here in South America. I wish you could smell it, because, oh my gosh, that smells so good, this fresh eucalyptus. Want some? Helps open up the airways.
Look at the puppy. He's so cute.
Hi.
So at the bottom of that hill, we had to pay another fee. There was a sign with a woman there, and there was a row passing off the road. She only made us pay 20 Bolivianos for both of us. The sign said 20 Bolivianos per person, so I don't really know what happened there, but not complaining.
What's up, little dude? We ran out of water. We got 2 miles to go.
If you're gonna do this hike, bring more than 2 liters. I'd say 3 would be pretty good.
It's free to enter. We made it inside the crater. We are just coming up on Maragua, and it's kind of windy in here. Really ripping through these crater walls. After around 4 hours of hiking with stops, we arrived at the edge of the crater. From here, it's just one final push into the town of Maragua.
That's the hostel we're staying at.
Out of the few places to stay in Maragua, we booked a night at Samai Wasi. It was 100 Bolivianos per person and included dinner, breakfast, and even a free mate tea when we arrived. There were cheaper options, around 50 Bolivianos, that were also offering meals. However, those felt more like staying in someone's home, while Samai Wasi was more of a hostel vibe. Alright, so first impressions, we got here and we got some mate fresh from the garden, which was really awesome after the 10 miles. It was 100 per person. We do get breakfast and dinner included, so that is awesome. This place is just really beautiful.
After recharging, we set out to explore more of the crater. We headed towards what locals call Garganta del Diablo, the Devil's Throat, a rock formation that, from the right angle, looks like a giant mouth frozen mid-scream. Next, we followed a short but steep uphill trail to the Mirador, one of the best views of the crater.
Holy crap. We're at the top of the crater and the views are insane. We hiked from all the way over there on that pass, all the way down around here.
We reached the top just as the sun started to set. The light hit the crater walls perfectly, and for a moment everything felt so still. We stood there and just let the view speak for itself.
All right, we're heading back now and we're gonna get some dinner. No idea what it's gonna be.
I worked up an appetite today, so we're ready to grub in about an hour.
It was about 2.5 miles to do the two Garganta del Diablo and the Mirador.
Wow.
How is it?
I'm so hungry.
There's some crazy popping sounds going on and wild lightning and it's raining.
I've never heard thunder like this.
It's scary because we're in the middle of a crater. Well, we'll see if we can sleep good tonight. We'll see you guys at 7 in the morning for breakfast. Love you, hon.
Love you.
Hopefully it's not raining in the morning. Good morning. Slept pretty good last night.
And it's not raining.
And it wasn't that cold, so we're just gonna grab some breakfast quick and head out.
We had breakfast. It was bananas, oranges, bread, toast, and coffee, and now we're gonna head out. We are ready. I guess it's supposed to rain today, but hopefully not. We're gonna see some dinosaur tracks. Let's go.
We are tracking these footprints. It's a little squishy from raining last night. Muddy. As we begin our second day of trekking, the aftermath of last night's storm lingered in the air. Floral scents intensified and wisps of steam rose from the sun-warmed sand. We just came over the crater from over here, walked all the way down this road, and we're about right there, about to take a left to go to Ninho Mayu, the dinosaur tracks.
I'm so excited.
Woo!
There's about
2.5 kilometers. It's very clear, but when you get here, take a left to Chaunaca. Man.
So as we made our way up to the dinosaur track, there was one house that had dogs. They were getting pretty close and barking, so if you take this route, just be cautious. Okay, we've officially arrived at the dinosaur footprints. It was 20 Bolivianos per person to enter, and it looks like kind of a slanted wall, but that's because the tectonic plates moved. So obviously the dinosaurs weren't walking on a slanted wall, but this is really cool. Let's go see how big they are.
Holy crap. A dinosaur walked right here. We're literally walking the path of the dinosaur. Look at that. What? Such a big stride.
After the blast of the past, you'll want to make sure you head towards the road because it can get very confusing here. The trail will disappear multiple times and it gets very hilly. Take our word for it.
The first contact was made. We're friends now. Aww. Okay, so as we continued on to the trail, this is still the Dinosaur Trail, we came up to this spot and we think that there are more tracks here. They're not as visible as the other ones, but we don't entirely know. So if you come this route, it's up to your speculation.
As you can see, there's pretty much no trail. I mean, there's kind of a trail, but barely. We started from inside the crater, that's the crater. Came around over here, around the telephone tower, went down around here. There's the dinosaur tracks in there, and now we're up here. Oh. I don't even know where we are right now. When there's no trail, you have to make your own. We made it. Woo! We made it.
So in conclusion, was it worth it to do it self-guided versus booking a tour? In our opinion, we definitely think it was worth it because we are budget travelers, and so we're always trying to find the cheapest way to do things. And so we only spent $29 per person for this entire 2-day trip, whereas if you booked a tour, we would have been paying $95 per person for the 2 days. So clearly that is a very large price difference. The only recommendation that I would give is download an offline maps that you can rely on, because the second day the trail is a little bit hard to follow. We recommend taking the road most of the way because otherwise it is a little rough. I definitely would recommend it doing without a tour, but I'm sure with a tour it's also amazing. So it really just depends what kind of traveler you are. Thanks so much, guys. We hope that you really enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about this trek, please leave them down below. See you next time.
Well, flat tire in Bolivia. No, it's not that flat, but
Hola, hola. Look at this, so cute. Look at you. Look at this little baby. Look at this little baby. Oh, thank you. Oh, tan chiquito. Look at you. You're so cute.
Uncle can tie her up with the bike tire.